Good morning, everyone. It is 10:03 a.m. Eastern Time, and the market's closing early today. Um, is there a trade? Market is flying. All right. Yeah, got a little bit positive delta, divergence. We have a bunch of selling imbalances. These sellers were trapped, but we have these buyers were trapped. Sellers came back in, so I'm going to go there. Step in the profile here, maybe see a little overall. We have another maybe hour left of the 40 minutes left of the trading day. I think there's more of an up move here. Especially if we stay above, 1775 or even 318. There's some decent news. Some of the news, economic news came out pretty positive. 46, 40, 39, 101. That's good. Maybe have some buyers that came in here, small amounts, compared to, what previously printed. That's a good number right there. So my entry is 318 and a quarter. Being that I just moved that down, I have to move my stop up, okay, for that target. And that's the way I keep my risk reward consistent. You see the buyers got trapped here. Then we have some buyers getting trapped here, but we did get that push up. So I didn't want to be spooked into thinking we're going to go down when you had a candle that was ridiculously large. Okay. And we had decent volumes. Candle also, this candle. So I got a question basically from one of the viewers, subscribers. Um, do I trade strictly off the order flow? And I do. But I also like some visual representation of what is in these numbers because uh, in order to keep everything in one pretty much screen, uh, continue to run and see this screen, or this is really how much price action I could have in here. This kind of puts it all this, not any of the numbers, but gives me an idea of where the levels are and gaps real quickly, so I could get back to studying the order flow. All right. Otherwise, you're looking and you lose your concentration. At least I do. And over here, this is the bigger picture. There's the bigger picture. These are daily. They just come up. This is today. Look. So what I basically did is going for this, for a point. So I want to keep, actually, right here should be the actual, this should be the target. Now what I could do is, if it does come up, I mean, yeah, can I keep the target here? Absolutely. Because my risk reward is now 1 to 2, possibly. So I'm not thinking that the price action is going to take me out, but if it does take me out, my risk reward, like, I'm not going to have a target, here, where I'm going to get 2 ticks and I'm going to go ahead and give up, 6 ticks. That doesn't work. So I'm just basically looking, for a punch up. Like, there's a good chance that we could get a serious amount of buyers coming in here, and if my target is here, right, I'm going to go ahead. My trade would be executed. I would be making money, but the potential to go even higher. Now, I don't think that we're going to pop up more than maybe this type of candle, but we can. And if I do see the price action telling me it's going to do it, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of my target completely, and I'll just manipulate my stop, right? That's another way to do it, especially with one contract. When you're doing one or two more than one contract, it's a little easier to capture the gains. Like, depending on how much, like right now, we're getting a bunch of buyers in here. I could go for the 1 tick above here, bank the, get another order in here. But I'm not going to do that because I usually don't trade more than one contract when I'm recording. Let's say we had the other contract here. All right. To buy. These numbers are pretty much the same here. The numbers here also 15 off. So we do have buyers here. You see this? And we are going to punch up. I mean, right now we have an unfinished auction. All right. So we had buyers and sellers actually up here. All right. And are there sell stops here? Can there be big sellers come here, drop this completely down? By the looks of these few candles, I doubt that's going to happen. It can. From my experience, especially, we have a candle with pretty much the same buying and selling. If we took this candle here and we made one big candle, we're pretty high. Can it come back down and retrace a little bit? We already had it on this 5-minute candle, right? The buying imbalances and selling the imbalances here were already absorbed here. So we do have a pretty big buyer here, right? Under control on both of these. 30, 134, that's big. See if we go ahead and build this up here. 265, 270, so that looks good. We have a negative divergence. So we have sellers who are pretty aggressively selling. So we need to see if we have a buyer absorbing that. Okay. So we have a buyer here. There's a buyer sitting right here at 1750. We could still stop out. We could see 1750. Right here is where I see a buyer. They could go either way. So right here is where we went positive. So if I get taken out there, that was on little volume. So that's telling me to go long right here. That was little volume that just shot down. You need to really just take a look at what printed. So I'm ready to go long on a retrace here. I want to see some of these selling imbalances where it's looking like we're getting a little bit of support right here, where this big number is 404. I'm in the trade right now. So on the previous trade, I took a 1.5 loss. All right. I'm still down on this trade 3 ticks. We're still primarily bullish here. Okay, you just gotta have a little patience. $52, $52, a little manipulation. When you see numbers that are the same, right here, I'm gonna do 2 contracts. Remember, here's where we had our positive delta. We haven't gotten any lower below here. 105, 109, 119, very small numbers here. There's a little manipulation. Now, if I feel that the price action is going to go in the middle here, like right about here, I would move my entry, and it's going to give me an average. But once we pass my entry here, I think the retrace up to the high is going to be much easier. And that'll be a really good, now we got some positive delta. We had some divergence. So yeah, I'm happy to be long right now. So this would be a very nice trade if we could get there. And it looks like we are going to get there. So once I move my stop, it stays there. So I'm going to go to break even. This one's going to go here. I'm going to go to one tick below the high. Looks like we may make a push. So we did. See if we take it above. And we have about 40 minutes left of the day, actually. Still looks good here. Just got that tick and I'm out. So that was pretty decent. That was 20. Let's see, 25 is 5 points. It's right there. I got another question from somebody who I guess he was a viewer at one point. He says, I'm a scammer. How can I scam if I don't charge for the, it's free content. How can what am I scamming? Watch it or not? If you find value, continue to watch and like the videos. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for money. Yeah, you could be a scammer if, you're charging people for a Discord and, so this guy wants my my account. What's my account performance? Right? You out of your freaking mind? I'm going to tell you how much money I make trading. I'm doing this is like more of a hobby to me now. I'm retired. This is what I do, and if you can learn from it, great. Sorry, I had to take that call. Yeah, so crazy, right? Here's my trades for today. Let me see if I can get it here. That's it. That's the trades for today. Just a micro contract. I mean, a mini contract just said, times that by 10. It would have been 1100. It would have been 112.50 for one of them, 137.50 for the other, and I would have took a $75 loss. Can you make money doing this? Absolutely. You want to look at my, my performance over what? I'm not charging for anything. You should, the viewers should be happy. I mean, I wish I had this, the opportunity to go ahead and actually see trades, going over the order flow. And some people, I just wish the trader luck. Hopefully he, figures it out. He must have been burned by these scammers. And there's a lot of content on there that's free. That's great on the internet. You don't have to look at my stuff. Just find somebody that you could gel with. I trade my own account. I trade one contract with. I traded 2 contracts. I usually don't. When I trade, I usually trade one contract when I'm recording. But this price, it's very telling. It's not a difficult price action here is not hard to trade. The volume is a little slow for me, but And this is the same. If you could trade the micros, you could trade the minis. That's about it. We got 20 minutes pretty much on this video. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, comment, share. Share to your social media. Maybe we could start building a community. It'll always be free. I'll never charge anyone for my knowledge. I learned by doing. I do have a video that kind of, there's two traders that I did follow. I don't want to plug them, give them plugs or anything like that, but they helped me through my career. One guy was just very difficult because he was a trader writing a book. So he wasn't an author, didn't work with anybody but himself. So he just wrote, basically what I do here is what I learned from reading his books, because I knew nothing, nothing, the way his mindset worked, didn't know. But as I read and continued to read and continued to read, right, to try to find out what he was saying, then it all started making sense. And that's in my, Who's Steve Trader 66. I put the two traders that I did follow, and I still do. So one's a price action trader, one's more of an options. But they're both great traders. More options, and one guy just trades the ES, and the other guy will trade anything. So yeah, so he's and he's full disclosure. He'll tell you exactly how much he made. The guy makes like $15 million trades. He goes, "Oh, I love those trades." I find it hilarious. But anyway, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.